Hey everybody, Steve here. It's Monday night and we've got episode 8 of the AFR Game of the Week. So last time on the show, I asked everybody to play out their favorite game that they had actually attended in person out on their tabletop. We had some really good submissions. We'll get to those in just a minute. I actually just finished the game that I played out for this, and it was replaying a game from this past season between the New York Yankees and the Boston Red Sox. It took place here in Boston, right at Fenway Park. I actually was able to attend this game, and I set up on top of the Green Monster. It was a really fun game to go to, and the Red Sox were able to get the win that day, and so I wanted to see if I could recreate that magic here. I used History Maker Baseball with the 2015 in-season baseball set. So how did it turn out? Well, I'm glad to say that the Red Sox were able to pull off the victory. However, they needed to go to extra innings in this one. The Yankees jumped out to a 1-0 lead in the top of the second thanks to an RBI triple from the catcher Murphy. The Red Sox answered back in the bottom of the third on an RBI triple of their own from their catcher Hannigan to drive in Diaz. In the top of the fourth, the Yankees took the lead again. They had a leadoff single from Young, who then stole second and then was driven in by Headley. And then they took a 3-1 lead in the top of the sixth with a home run from Headley. But that would be the end of their scoring. In the bottom of the sixth, Nova was knocked out of the game, and it was Ramirez who got a sacrifice fly to drive in the second run of the day for the Red Sox. Then in the bottom of the seventh, they would tie the game up. Shreve would get the blown save as he allowed a RBI single from Mookie Betts in the leadoff spot to drive in Diaz for his second run of the day. And that's where we would stay until we went into extra innings. The Red Sox got an absolutely lights-out performance from Ross, who went 2 innings, gave up no hits, no runs, and struck out 5 of the 6 batters that he faced. Then in the bottom of the 10th inning, with 1 out, the Yankees went to their closer, Miller, who got Ortiz to softly ground out to third for the second out of the inning. And then Hanley Ramirez stepped up, and he launched a shot into the Green Monster seats to have a walk-off home run and send the fans home happy. It was actually an exciting roll because it went to the player experience chart, and Hanley is an icon player, and so is Miller. So fortunately the roll came up and it went to a fence roll, and then Hanley is a semi-home run king, so I had to make another roll for that. Decided I came up a dot, so he was a home run king, so anything but a 1 would have been a walk-off home run, and I rolled a 5, so he really crushed it and recreated history with the Red Sox taking home the win. So really exciting game. Glad I got to play it out, and always fun to break out my History Maker Baseball. So now let's go to some reader submissions. First, we had a couple of baseball games. Bob Muir played out a game with Status Pro Baseball, recreating a game from July of 2014 between Los Angeles and the Pittsburgh Pirates. He tried to get his hometown Buccos a win, and unfortunately they lost 8-6 in the contest. Matt Dante played a game out with Stratomatic, and he recreated the opening game of the 1974 season between Atlanta and Cincinnati. Now this game is noteworthy because in real life that was the game that Hank Aaron hit a home run that tied Babe Ruth's all-time home run record. However, in his replay of that game, Hammer and Hank went 0 for 4, and the Big Red Machine was able to pull out the victory 6-5. Robert Corsair sent in a game using classic college and pro basketball, and he recreated a game that he attended back in 1985 between St. John's and Georgetown. In his game, Chris Mullen was able to lead St. John's with 19 points, actually lead all scorers with 19 points, and pull his team to a 64-61 victory. Patrick Ewing with Georgetown was in foul trouble most of the day, fouled out with 6 minutes to play, and was held to just 13 points. One of the more interesting stories that I've been sent with this Game of the Week series came to me this week from Brian McKean, who used Speedway Scene 2, that's available from Oswald Games over in the UK, to replay the 1994 World Final. So in this Speedway sport, it's with motorcycles around a racetrack, and you really have to see it to believe it. And Brian actually sent me a link of the full 1994 World Final event, and I'll post a link to that on the bottom of this video so you can see it for yourself. In his replay, Knudsen won with 13 points, while the real-life winner of the event, Rickardson, he tied for 7th place with 7 points on the day. And then finally, a friend of the show, David, from over at Baseball Demos YouTube channel, he sent in a game that he played out with Action PC Football, recreating a game that he attended back in 1986 between the St. Louis Cardinals and the Atlanta Falcons. He coached the Atlanta Falcons, but unfortunately they saw their starting quarterback get injured and their kicker missed 2 field goals as they had a disappointing day in a 14-0 shutout. So thank you to everybody who sent in games. Really fun reading through those and even learning about a new sport this week. So new week means a new topic for the Game of the Week. And this week we're going to do something a little different for a topic, and it's going to be whatever sport that you'd like to play out, but just with some sort of fantasy theme to it or an alternate reality theme to it. So you could play out a game between 2 different teams from 2 different seasons. Maybe you could play an all-time greats team against another all-time greats team, or even a fictional player set and play out a game like that. So open-ended. Hope everybody is able to get a really fun matchup. Sometimes it's fun to break out and play a game that could have never happened in real life out on your tabletop. So as for myself, to get over the Pats having a devastating loss last night, their first of the season, I'm gonna play out a sort of a dream matchup, and I want to play it between the 2007 Patriots and last year's 2014 Patriots to see what happens. So should be an interesting matchup. I'm going to be using second season football from play.com, and I'll let you know the results next week on the show. If you'd like to send in a write-up for a game, you can leave a comment to this video. You can leave a comment over on the Delphi forums. I'll post a link to this video over there, so you can leave a comment there, or you can shoot me an email to stevenatower@gmail.com, and I'll share all of your highlights in next week's show. Alright everybody, that's all for now. Thank you for watching. My name's Steve, and until next time, get out there, have fun, play games, and I'll see you after further review.